Alright, it's time for the midfielders, and this is my favorite section out of all the other positions. To start off with the expensive ones, and it's 9 million to 12.5. And the first one has to be Rashford because he's nailed. He's their main goal threat. Manchester United's main goal threat is Rashford. Maybe it could change this season, but as we all know, for now it's Rashford, and he's very highly owned as well. So if he scores a goal, your rank is probably gonna be really battered. And the second one is Salah. He's doing really well in preseason, but the only problem is he's too expensive. That's the only problem that's holding us back, because we have other options this season, other cheaper options who can rival him, who can make up the points. Like I can get two good decent players, two decent mid-priced players to match his points. So that's the only thing that's holding him back. Otherwise, since he's doing so well in preseason, a lot of people could have had him if it was a different season. And the third one is Son, because the other one was De Bruyne. I think there wasn't much left. So Son, maybe it's a comeback season for him. He did say in an interview in preseason a couple days ago that everything has changed. He's looking really lively. He's looking like he's gonna be back to his best. Maybe Postecoglou could really bring out the best in him this time around. For the 8 million to 8.5 category, the first one is Saka because he's the star boy of Arsenal. He's their main goal threat. He's on penalties as well. He's on the right corners as well. He's just so good. Like if he was 9 million, we would have still had him in our team. And 8.5 now looking like a bargain for Saka. He's just their main guy. Arteta doesn't even sub him off that quickly. Even if other players do badly, even if he does badly, then a lot of the other players, he still doesn't get subbed off because Arteta trusts him so much. And that's what we want in our FPL team. The guy who's really good at goal scoring and assisting, but also gets most of the minutes as well. Doesn't get easily subbed off. And the second one is Martinelli, because he's at the same price as Jesus, but he's so direct. He has burst of pace, and Arsenal fans really love him. Like there's things he can do that not many in the Arsenal squad can't do or can't bring to the team. He brings that directness, that cutting edge, that inside runs, making goals out of nothing that we saw a couple of times from last season. He's so good. He could be a real asset at 8 million. 8 million is a really good price for Martinelli. And third one is Bruno Fernandes. He's the newly appointed captain of Manchester United. He's the penalty taker as well. He is on free kicks. I don't know if it'll change this season. Probably not. Maybe Mount could take it, but feel like Bruno Fernandes would like to take the responsibility since he's the captain. And he's just looking really sharp in preseason as well. He can score from long range. Mount is the one who's deeper. Fernandes is the one that's been allowed to go bit advanced. That's what we saw in preseason. So he's looking like a good price at 8.5. He's looking a bit underpriced, as a lot of people said, and it is true. And so for the fixtures he also has as well, it makes sense to bring him in if you can. For the 7 million to 7.5, it's Foden, Maddison, and Bowen. Foden, in the Manchester City team, there's not much nailed players, but he seems like he could get the chance. He did get an assist in the latest preseason match. I don't know what his position will be, but he'll probably play in the middle or on the right somewhere. But De Bruyne is also back, so that's kind of concerning for his minutes. But it is City. He's playing for the best team in the league. He has good fixtures to back it up. If you want Foden and not get bored by just having Haaland for that attack, City attack is just gonna be boring to watch. So if you want some excitement, Foden is the best shout. and he genuinely is the best 7.5 out of the lot for his attacking threat. Second is Madison, purely because of his historic value, like what he's done previously in Leicester City. Now he's at Spurs, he's probably going to play as a cam. They need a cam. Postecoglou is playing 4-2-3-1. He could be in free kicks, and he should, because he's better at taking them than Son and Kane. If Kane leaves, that could like deplete his output, but overall, like he can come away with a lot of assists in that Spurs team, who has players who are really pacey, and with that attacking manager, things could really run wild for Madison. Because last season he said he had some issues, and after Brendan Rodgers left, things went really downhill. So he could really get back up. This is kind of his redemption season, I believe. And the third option is Bowen, just because of his preseason form. Preseason he's demolished like lower level teams, but when he actually faced a good side, maybe he just got an assist, but still it's still preseason, so he might not be giving his, like, no player is giving their 100%, but got away with an assist, not bad. But with the fixtures West Ham has, and with Declan Rice going on, maybe things won't be that rosy. Even I think Bowen could do well, but not quite as well as the other two before him. Maybe he could come as an option if West Ham's fixture completely turns around. But West Ham fixtures for now is a bit of a mixed bag. So that's why he's third. He's better than a lot of the other options just because of the preseason form. Next is the 6.5 million bracket. I don't need to talk much about this because everyone knows what these players are all about. First one is Mitoma, second is Mbeumo, third is Eze for me. First is Mitoma over Mbeumo for me because we know like how good the Brighton attack is. Brentford are a mixed bag, and Mitoma did get an assist in the preseason match against Chelsea. He's got into good positions, but just got shut down by Gusto. But he makes other right backs in the league look average. So Mitoma, with that skill, that instinct, that attacking instinct he has, and getting into good positions, that puts him above Mbeumo for me. Mbeumo was too far out wide, not gonna lie. In preseason match, he did cut inside once and tried to head a shot, but hit the post. Not that impressive. He wasn't playing a striker as well, like we all assumed he would be. It was Wissa instead. Wissa could be the main striker unless they sign a new striker. So it leaves Mbeumo a bit of an underwhelming asset. Yeah, he could be on penalties, but we can't just rely on penalty takers. Like, how often does a team will get a penalty? And the third one is Eze, because he's just better than the other 6.5 in the slot. Like, Olise is gone, that should really like hurt him in an attacking wise, but he will have penalties since Zaha is left, so that what appeals him. 6.5, not bad. Palliser fixtures are decent enough, but the other two are just way above him. Eze is a fine pick, but not the best. And in the final category, it's 5 million to 6. First one is Buendia, second is Danjuma, and third is Clifford for me. It's a very, it was difficult to pick through. It was difficult to pick the best lots out of this price point because we don't know much about them. It's all based on my theory. The clear pick from this category is obviously Buendia because of his preseason form. Again, preseason, he's looking really well. I think he could be the starter this time around. He could be in the final 11 because he's doing so well. I don't think Emery can deny him. Emery can't ignore his output. He's bringing to the team. He's bringing the assist and the goals. Against Newcastle, he was bloody impressive. He was so good, creating chances for Watkins, scoring and getting to good position and scoring in the scrappy goals here and there. And getting the good position is the main thing, and getting those assists, the true balls, and all, creating chances for the strikers. It's just amazing. They signed a new striker, Musa Diaby, he'll probably be creating those chances for him now also. Like, he could well and truly have a really good season. So if I had a 6 million player to pick in my team, I'll probably pick Bundia. He's just way clear above anyone else in that price range. Second is Dan Juma, because 5.5, like he's kind of decent for like Everton level. Like, you know, like some players like who are just good for mid-table teams and for playing for lower level of positions, and just outshines and shines and does really well in them. I feel like Dan Juma is one of those players, because he couldn't shine at Spurs. Whenever he came on for Spurs, he did spark a fire in them, like running down the wing with great pace. But I think with Everton he could do better, because he needs the spotlight, he needs the game time. And third one is Clivert, because it's probably gonna be just helping Solanke. I couldn't find anyone else who was better. There's Andres as well. He could be taking penalties, but they just signed Raul Jimenez, so Raul Jimenez could just easily take the penalties off him. So Fulham's Andres isn't the best option this time around. Clivert he was really touted as like one of the youngsters to watch in world football. He just dipped. I don't know what went wrong. Jose Mourinho really wanted him. Jose really wanted him at Manchester United, but things didn't pull through. He just dropped off. He went to Roma and other places, just couldn't shine. Maybe in Bournemouth he would shine, because they don't have like a winger like him. And Solanke could help him out as well. Like he could be a really good assister. So that's gonna wrap up the video. Thanks for watching. The next one is gonna be the forward line to wrap up this series, and just start focusing on making other videos for FPL. It's gonna be for FPL. It's that time. It's getting closer to the deadline, so things are getting a little bit exciting now, because the preseason have started. We're in the middle of it. So yeah, thanks for watching, and please like and subscribe. It really helps me out. Thanks.